Hi, my name is Elle, and today I wanted to make a video about having depression. Um, it's definitely hard to live with depression. Um, and it's not necessarily like that I wanted to talk about specifically depression, but like having one of those days where you just like can't leave the house because that happens to me a lot. Um, and I don't know if it's depression specifically or if it's some other thing or if it's just like me kind of reverting back to what I did a lot when I was a teenager when I get like stressed or uncomfortable or something like that. But today I had a day where I called out from work because I didn't feel well, and I haven't done that very much at this new job that I have. I've only done it twice now, last week and today, and I've been working there for a month and a half. Um, and I tried to hold off on calling out as long as possible because it's historically been really hard for me to like keep a job. Um, and I don't really understand that, but it's kind of like I have to try really, 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 really hard to like discipline myself to be able to like go to work and like not lay in bed or not like sleep on the couch all day. Um, and then, but like today, I wasn't feeling well. But I told myself in the morning, like, I could go to work. Like, I would be fine, I'm sure, if I went to work. Um, I was feeling kind of sick yesterday, had to go home early. I had like really bad vertigo, but this morning I felt fine for the most part. Um, I think I just kind of was like, well, I do feel a little weird, but also it might just be because I just woke up. And then as the day went on, I was like, yeah, it was just because I just woke up. And then now I feel fine. Um, so I told myself in the morning, like, yeah, I could go to work, but I took a shower. And then by the time I got out of the shower, it was 8:02 and I'm supposed to be at work at 8. So I just texted my boss and said, I am not coming in today. Um, and it's like, I knew that this would happen if I stayed home all day, where I just wouldn't leave the house. Um, because most of the time, like even on the weekends, I don't have anything planned to do. So then I kind of just end up sitting at home all day. I have to try really hard to like force myself to go outside. And then once I'm outside, I feel good. But the thought of just like getting up and like leaving the house is really difficult. And like um so I kind of just spend the whole day thinking like, man, this sucks. Like I feel like shit. I'm really like sad, I'm really depressed. Um and then it gets just, all the thoughts in my head, they just kind of like go crazy. Um But I know like logically, as soon as I get up and go do something, I'll feel better. But it's so hard to just get up and open the door. And I don't like saying it out loud, it doesn't make any sense. But I think like if you've experienced this, you probably know what I'm talking about. Um, hopefully, maybe. Um, and I don't understand it because it's just in my head. Um, But I spent the whole day like this, basically from like 8 a.m. until like 9:30. Um, and then I was like, you know what? I should get up and go just for like a 5-minute walk because that'll make me but they'll fix my circadian rhythm a little bit, maybe, and make me tired enough to go to sleep, because I slept until 2 p.m. Um, so kind of just like slept for like a whole night, basically, in the morning. Um, so just went for a walk, and then as soon as I was outside, just like getting around, I was like, man, it's really nice out here. Should probably go experience that more often. Um, and as soon as I come inside, I'm like, yeah, that felt good. But then I just want to sit on the couch some more, and like watch YouTube all day. Um, maybe some of you can relate to this. Um, the thing is though, like once you get out and do it, like if you have to like force yourself, like, and then you're fine. I don't know if it's like anxiety or depression or whatever, but like as soon as you get out, you feel good, you feel normal, like you feel capable. And it's like days like this when I'll just spend the whole day thinking, I can't hold down a job, I can't work 40 hours a week, I can't even get up and like, do a simple basic task that most humans can do. Um, why is it so hard for me? Like I'm a fuck up, kind of things. Um, but I really don't think this feeling is like that uncommon. Especially like I just think about how like evolutionarily we were not designed to be working some job for 40 hours a week. We were designed to like do the jobs that were necessary in the tribe. And like I think about that a lot. Like if I was a fucking like what's a homo habilis, I'd be fucking picking berries all day, finding good sticks to like fight other humans with, and like, dude, I would be killing it out in the nature game, like walking around, just like, looking for food. I love doing that stuff. I love being outside, and like if I slept outside, I probably wouldn't have any trouble being outside because I'd be used to it. But then as soon as you get me into like a shelter, I'm just useless. As soon as you put me on a couch, I'm not leaving that couch. Um, so I don't know. Like, I don't think that I'm like, you know, incapable of doing anything. I do think like it's really hard for me to do a lot of things, but when I do them, it's good. Um, but sometimes I get really freaked out by the idea of like working 40 hours a week for the rest of my life, and then those are the days when I like want to stay home from work and like don't leave the house. But usually the two are like intertwined. Like if I was at work, I'd be like, "Oh, this is great. This is fine." Like I wouldn't mind doing this, you know, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 every week. Which is what I've been doing. But having any sort of break in the routine is instantly like, "Oh my God, I have to go from this to not leaving the house, nothing, like doing absolutely nothing." And I don't know why in my head it works like that. I wish that I could have spent the day like outside doing something, um, even just like going to the park. Um, and then I thought about doing that all day. And then I was like, I would have to get dressed. I would have to like drive somewhere or walk somewhere. Then I would have to like walk around and bring all the stuff that I need to like do whatever I wanted to do. And it's like if I don't know, if I just talked myself through it like I just did just now, I would have been able to do it because I would have realized like that's takes like less than 5 minutes to do all of that stuff. And then I could have, you know, gotten in my car and felt fine and driven somewhere and done something. But it's really weird. Um, I also signed up for like a woodworking class last week, and I was really excited about it. Then on the first day, before the class, I was like, man, this is gonna be great. Like, I'm really nervous and scared, but like I'm gonna force myself to do it, and like it'll be fine, and I'll be glad that I did it. And then I went, and it was a 3 hour long class, and it was like a 3 week long thing. Um, the first class, I was scared shitless to like use all the equipment because the instructor kept telling us that people have like ripped apart all the tendons in their hands by using this wrong, and that it's really easy to just like cut your own fucking hand off at the wrist. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, maybe I don't want to like get close to a table saw. um like it looks fun, it looks cool, but I don't really want to like permanently disfigure one of my hands for the rest of my life. So, maybe not. And then he was like, well, if you don't do it now, you're gonna have to do it tomorrow or the next class. And I was like, nah. So I just decided to drop the class after that. For that, and just because I really kind of needed the money back. It was like $300, but also just because I knew that I wouldn't be able to like keep going to a class for 3 hours a night, um, especially one that I was like actually legitimately scared of. But I'm kind of just thinking back on like all the times I've done stuff like that where it's just been like me not being able to get over like a fear of doing something, or like me not being able to like get out of the house, which isn't even necessarily like a fear. It's just like, I don't know. I really don't know. I guess I've never really talked about this with anyone really very much. I've never really like acknowledged it, even to like therapists. So I should probably bring this up. By the way, a lot of people were asking me in my last video if I had a therapist. Yes, I do. I mentioned her, I'm pretty sure, in the video. Um, I can't remember if I did or not, but yeah, I have a great therapist. I've been seeing her for a few months, and she's really awesome. Um, I'm really glad that I found her because she's great and she helps me a lot. But I'm still at the point, like even now, where I like haven't really gotten deep into things. Like I've been talking about like external issues mostly that I needed help with, but not a ton of like the insight into like the really, really deep stuff that I kind of hold close to me. But I think next session I'll be able to really do that like I'm doing right now and like I did on my last video. Um, but yeah, that's just one. This is just one day out of the many that I've had that have been exactly like this. And, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any advice or if you've been through a similar thing. And I mean, I've done a lot of the things. Like I've tried to like change my diet and do like really, eat really specific foods that are supposed to like help motivation and everything, which I can't stick to that. I'm on medication right now, which helps. It's for like mood swings, which has been really helpful for that specifically. But I tried an SSRI and it was terrible. I hated it, and I'm never taking another SSRI. Um, what else? I joined the gym. I go to the gym on and off. I haven't been going as much since I started working, because working for like my job is a really good source of like physical activity for the most part. But I do like when I go to the gym, I feel really good. So that's something that I can implement more. Um, what else do I do? I go outside a lot, and that helps. Um, just being outside in a park or like in a forest, if you have one to go to, that helps. And other than that, like I don't really have any friends. I have a few, but I don't get to see them very often, and I don't talk to them very much either. We hang out sometimes, but I don't really have very much of a social life, which is another thing that's really difficult for me. So like my coworkers are basically like the only social contact that I get on a regular basis. And I think that's been helping me a lot mentally, but I think that they think that I'm a weirdo. Not just because of like all the stuff I said in my last video, but just like because I don't know. I'm really awkward and like yeah, just, you know. I don't know. I find it really hard to be vulnerable with people that I meet at work. It's kind of just weird. There are some people I know there who are super open and genuine, and I love that, and I want to be more like that, but I find it to be really difficult to do. And I do think part of that is because of like my insecurities around like my voice and my appearance, but part of it I think is just me, so like something I can work on for sure, but yeah. Anytime I've ever been friends with coworkers though, it's just gone horribly wrong. For some reason, it's like I guess people say like don't date your coworkers. I say like don't even try to be fucking friends with them cuz it's never it never works out. Um yeah, I think that's about all I had to say today. So if you have anything, you know, relatable, let me know. Also, I just wanted to say once I went on that 5-minute walk, um, I did feel a lot better. And it was just nice to go outside and like, you know, you appreciate things a lot more than when you're like scrolling on Twitter all day. I think we all kind of need that reminder that like the real world is a lot nicer than the internet world, just in every possible way. But yeah, if you've ever struggled with a 40-hour work week or like holding down a job, let me know. And let me know what you did about it, because I kind of feel like I kind of need that advice right now. Um, or if you like, you know, learned how to deal with it, you know, I'd like to hear that as well, because um, I am looking at getting like a job for like a year, at this like new position, different than the one that I'm at now. Um, so yeah, if you have any tips, that would be great, because I would like to be a functional human being. So thank you. Um, thanks for watching and leaving all the nice comments that you leave. It's really great. I read a lot of them, so that's really nice of you. Thank you. um, thank you to all my Patreon subscribers too, because like that's crazy that I have a lot of support on there too. Um, thank you. Thank you so much. It's really helpful to my life to have you guys. So that's awesome. Yeah, if you want to see more of my videos, then it'll probably suggest one after this video. So you can watch that. Thanks. Bye.